welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers, of course. Thank you guys so much for your support of me. And as a big thank you, I do offer a chance to win a free video reading for the people who drop me comments below in my comment section under any of my videos. I will be drawing a name, next month for that, next week for that reading. So be sure to drop your comment below and hit your notification bell if you're interested in receiving a free reading from me. And if you are finding yourself here for the very first time, please join us and subscribe and drop your comment below so that you can be entered for your chance to win as well. I do pick a card readings on this channel, so if you are into tarot, into spirituality, please join us and grab yourself a cup of tea, some snacks, and we'll have a little bit of a chit chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. So today's pick a card reading, we're looking at the person on your mind, and are the feelings that you have for them mutual? Do they feel the same way as you feel about them? We're looking at their current feelings today. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the red feather. Pile number 2 with the blue feather. And pile number 3 with the yellow feather. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages from Spirit waiting for you today, and I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is the person on your mind. Are the feelings that you have for them, are they mutual? How do they currently feel about you? Pile number 1. Hi, pile 1, you were drawn to the red feather, or perhaps to this deck, which is the Spirit Song Tarot deck. I'm just going to move that over here. And this is your reading. The person on your mind, are the feelings between you and them mutual? So we're going to do a comparison, actually. We're going to compare your feelings here to their feelings for you on the other side. So let's start with your feelings for them. And are these feelings mutual? So we'll check out your feelings currently for this person to begin. So we have here the 7 of Pentacles reversed, and this is your energy towards them. Of course, sometimes the lines can get crossed and the reversals can absolutely happen. I feel like you think that you gave up too soon on this connection. It's like you didn't get any reward over the investment that you made, even if it was an emotional investment, but you think that you sort of gave in or threw in the towel way too soon. 5 of Swords. And you may have been sort of in a protective stance in the past with this person, which made you feel vulnerable, which made you fear sort of stepping outside of your comfort zone. But I feel like you didn't put in as much effort as you feel like you wish you had now. And I feel like now there's more at stake for you, perhaps. The 5 of Swords is like a conflict card. It's like you're having conflict. And you've suffered because of the consequences. It's like you have been kicking yourself. We have the 6 of Acorns, the 6 of Pentacles. And you may even find yourself, this is not a message for, I'm sorry, the 6 of Wands there. You may find yourself in a situation where you're not 100% satisfied at this time in life. You may even be in a relationship. That's not for everyone, but if it's for you, you'll know that it is. You may kind of be feeling like you're stuck in some sort of karmic situation, and you may feel like the person on your mind had a more profound connection to you than your current placement. And it's like maybe you wore masks with that person too in the past. You didn't share your true feelings because that's scary, and there's risk involved in that. We have the 2 of Acorns, the 2 of Wands, insight and focus. It's like you always had so much interest in this person. You always were fueled with desire for them and attraction for them. And you perhaps even made fantastical sort of plans in your mind about executing change in your relationship, but there was never that first step. Perhaps there was always a fear associated with that leap, and maybe it took you time to even discover, and there's the 8 of Feathers, it took you time to even discover what you lost, because now it feels like you feel stuck in a relationship. It makes you feel like you're stuck in your decisions or the path that you chose in this connection. You feel kind of entrapped by that placement now. The 8 of Swords says courage and solutions. So Spirit says you're not actually stuck there, but you feel kind of entrapped in the fatedness of your connection with this person on your mind now. It's like your current position is having an effect on your ability to wield change. And here is the King of Crystals, courage and commitment. Crystals are the pentacles of this deck. You may have committed to another person. And I feel like you still get really jealous when it comes to this person on your mind too, but there's also this lack of follow through because of position. We have 8 of Wands, energy and results, back of deck with the 4 of Pentacles, control and security. So we're sort of combating, we're a little bit combative in our energy here because we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. We want to communicate with this person, we want change, we want motion, but we don't particularly maybe want to risk it. There's a lot of electricity between the two of you, and you felt that it was palpable, but there's also some restrictions. It can be insecurity, but it also feels very practical in nature. And I feel like the practical placement of your life right now perhaps doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room for you to create change in the dynamics of the relationship you're asking about. But it feels like a profound loss though, because there's the 2 of Cups, union and harmony. And it feels like harmony is lacking in your experience, and you feel like harmony can only exist with this person specifically, But let's shift gears and see, how are they feeling about you? Let's see if this is a mutual feeling. Does this person feel the same about the past? Do they feel the same currently? How do they currently feel about pile 1, please? It could be that you chose the red feather very purposefully. You know, maybe it's your favorite color, but red is a really strong color of empowerment, passion as well. And there's a lot of electricity here between the 2 of you. And there was a lot of potential that never got realized. I'm just looking at this card and all of those acorns. I don't know if you can see them stacked underneath the eel. So much potential that never got realized in your connection. The Ace of Wands. How do they currently feel, please? Is it mutual? Oh, we've got a lot happening. And back of deck is already 6 of Cups, and I really feel like we have to take pause here. And I want to group a bunch of these together. 9 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Cups reversed. This 4 of Cups reversed, I like seeing the 4 of Cups in the reverse because it shows a sort of a new outlook, a new perception of things. In the past, this person had a spark with you too. It was definitely mutual in the past. And in the current energy, they're overthinking so much. So if you're in the 5 of Swords energy on your end, where you're like, it's going to blow up in our faces, there's no real wiggle room here. No one was a winner in this whole scenario. Nobody won. Nobody came out on top. You weren't the victor. They weren't the victor. Nobody won. And they're stuck in this 9 of Swords. So if you're stuck at 5 of Swords, they're upping that ante, and they kind of moved into an overthinking phase. It's a bit, and again, 8 of Swords, very, very mutual energy between the 2 of you. It's almost like they're kicking themselves, though. It feels like they're actually kicking themselves because they have had an outlook. They're like, I had this opportunity sitting right in front of me, and I was too afraid of entering into it. It's like 2 people who were too afraid to just bite the bullet and say, yes, this is what I want. And I feel like this person is now, and here's the King of Cups, still so much love for you. This person could be a water sign, but if they're not a water sign, we're more concerned about the energy surrounding the card, the embodiment of love, the waves of emotion that hit this person because of the overthinking. And you may have actually gone to school with this person, but they are currently still trying to keep tabs on you if they're able to, perhaps through social media. The Knight of Cups. So look at the restrictions. You guys were so close to coming together in the past, and it was the hesitation that really did you both in. Because the acknowledgement came in after of like, oh, I wasn't helpless. Oh, I realized I wasn't as helpless as I, thought I was. And if I just acted, things could have turned out very differently. But sometimes we have to go through these motions in order to gain this awareness, to gain the epiphany about the importance of this connection. And there's your Six of Cups, the desire for reunions. This is someone who you grew up with, or someone that you've known when you were young and you were really evolving into the person that you were going to become. And this is someone who wants to be generous with you and who puts you in a really beautiful light. They still do. This is still current. Nothing's really changed for them, except their awareness of, man, I was an idiot. You know, they're like kicking themselves. We have the Magician. Back of the deck is the Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords. And, you know, if this person in the past was sort of hoping that you would take the directive about your feelings, that hasn't changed for them either. None of that has changed for them. Here's the Four of Swords with the Judgment. Ultimately, I think they do fantasize too about ultimately a new beginning with you. They may not feel like that's possible, though, at this stage in the game, in your relationship. They may not feel like that's a possibility, practically speaking, because they feel like some of their power is not in their hands anymore. They feel like you perhaps are the authority in creating change, and that could be because of your dynamic. They could be very privy to your dynamic because, again, they're watching you. And for someone watching, you may actually still sort of communicate with this person online from time to time. Because that is really coming out for someone watching as well. How do they currently feel, please, about pile number 1? It says, love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. And there was love everywhere all around for the two of you in the past, and it's still there. It's still there. Let me just look at number 16, though, the Tower number. So there's epiphanies that should have been brought to your attention and vice versa. And now the Tower could represent something even bigger. The Tower could represent foundations that need to fall in order for our truth to come out. And we have here physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. A physical touch can mean so much. And that's what they fantasize about. It's a very innocent edge to their fantasy, if I'm honest. They don't fantasize about extreme things. It's very innocent. It's very sweet. Literally like a kiss is what they think about. And it would have meant so much. It's like one literal kiss or one little handhold or something in the past could have changed the whole directive. Could have given this person just that boost of confidence to be able to come forward here. We have here, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And sometimes patience serves us, and sometimes being too patient and waiting for the perfect quote-unquote opportunity can come back and bite us. I do feel like this person is in a watchful mode, so they may be sort of patiently waiting for an opportunity to creep in to revisit this connection. Again, not for everyone, but for someone very specific. How does this person feel currently? Is it mutual between? I reminisce a lot, and the Six of Cups talks about that, talks about bringing ourselves back and our awareness back to the past and having that rosy colored hue all over that, which can hide red flags sometimes, but this person has a very beautiful, innocent way of approaching this connection. Just know that I am obsessed with you. All that overthinking is leading to obsession. Bit of an emotional person too. I feel like it's easy to fall into an emotional place with this person. But this whole twin flame stuff sometimes scares me. It scared them in the past. I feel like it still scares them today. I really hate not communicating with you as much as I want to. And I feel like for someone watching, you do communicate with this person, perhaps in passing, maybe not all the time. There could be a little bit of communication coming in. Not for everyone, though. For some, it's a very strong no contact situation. Give me a chance. And that's what they wanted to say in the past. They wanted to say, give me a chance. And they still say that today. Please give me a chance. The thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me because I don't want to see the pain I've caused in your eyes. But the fact is that you gave them that spark, and that spark is still ignited. I want a reconciliation with you. So not much has changed. Very, very mutual energies between the two of you here. Let's get one of these. What do they currently feel, please? Oops. We have here Harriet, longing for home and homesick for the stars. And I think that that's so sweet. I want to even like pause on that for a moment. It says you're not alone. Is it mutual? Spirit says you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You guys are suffering together in this separation. If the two of you are in, which I feel like you are in separation, and they're just longing for that home. And the fact that they call you the star, it's like you are this sort of unattainable thing that they focus upon, that they really wish that they could create change, and they wish upon you, which is kind of sweet and kind of like bittersweet all at once. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. Whoops. We'll start with this one that fell out, the Temperance reversed. Things are kind of out of control, out of our hands at this moment. This person doesn't feel like they have a lot of control. They feel kind of stuck in a rut, a little chaotic, watching you. Yeah, they don't think that they have control over your situation, which they don't, of course, but it almost feels like they're waiting for the opportunity to communicate. Or it's like waiting for a sign, waiting for you to communicate. It's like they want that chance. They want that opportunity to talk with you. We have my princess. Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. We also have do as you would be done by. Just almost too simple, but it's all you need to get by. We have believe in love. It's just like such sweet innocence in the bowl today. We have the Cheshire Cat with the Alice in Wonderland. This person feels really late. Like they feel late getting to the party when it comes to you. And there's something about the smile, the Cheshire Cat smile. It's very enigmatic. So somebody in this connection has a great smile. We have the elephant. Elephant's often led by the matriarch and is a leader. It's endurance. This person's love for you is endured and vice versa as well. Very mutual energy. And we do have the whale tail, the need to express themselves and going with the flow. And we have a peace plume. So they want to bring some of their truth to you. They want to bring some of their epiphanies about how they feel to you still today. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section. And if you feel called to, I would love for you to drop me a comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello everybody, pile number 2. You are drawn to the blue feather, or perhaps to this deck. I believe it's called the Mystical Moments Tarot, this deck. And this is your reading. The person on your mind, are the feelings mutual? How do they currently feel about you? Do they feel the same? We're going to do a comparison. We're going to do your feelings on one side and their feelings on the other. So let's start with your feelings. How do you currently feel about this person so that we can compare your feelings to this person's feelings? How are you currently feeling? Whoops. Ooh, we have the 9 of Swords showing itself. I'm going to pull that one out there. 9 of Swords. You think about this person a lot. You overthink. It's almost like it's almost like I'm fearful of someone hearing my thoughts because I think about this person so much. It's like it's obviously written all over my face because it's just it's almost mental torture sometimes here. We have the Death energy, and it's being combined with the 7 of Pentacles and the Empress. This person's a real temptation to you even today, and a temptation to your current position. So you may even be a parent or a mother, but you're standing like you're, from all intents and purposes, if we look from the outside to your experience, people may look at you and think you have it all. And you wonder if this person is like your counterpart. I think you wondered that as well in the past. Oops, we have one on the floor. You have the 3 of Cups reversed, and you're not convinced that this person is feeling mutually the same towards you. We have the Hermit. It's like you feel isolated and lonely on top of that pillar. You feel isolated and lonely in this situation. The Three of Cups is reversed. This could have been a friend that it never sort of evolved into more. We've got so much happening with your energy here. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Page of Wands. Because this feels like a pathway and a gateway, an exciting road that we never took. Perhaps because we overthought everything in the past as well, and we were convinced even then that we weren't supported and that it was not a mutual feeling. And this belief system, this reflection that was actually kind of fueled by insecurity to begin with, not fueled from a place of logic, this belief system kind of kept us prisoner. And now, even though that door, that gate is open, we're still a prisoner here in this place because of the past. And it's like, I see this Two of Swords. It's like indecisiveness, decisions to be made, perhaps even in the present. So you may have moved on into another connection. But there's a real passive nature to what you want with this person. So you may even currently feel like, well, they don't feel the same. They're out of my league. They don't feel the same way as me. But you don't see yourself for who you truly are. You don't see that you are so valuable and so worthy. And if someone doesn't want you back, they're crazy. Like, you just don't see that. You don't see that version of yourself. You want a shift in this connection. It's like you feel like you're stuck in a friend zone or something with this person. And you want more, but you're not convinced that they want more. Because they may be acting exceptionally passive towards you as well at this very moment. This doesn't even feel like it's in disconnect, but it doesn't even necessarily feel that. Although they are saying, I do wish that I had reunions with you. So for someone watching, this could be in disconnect, but not for everyone. Because it feels like your eye is still on that road. She's got that magnifying glass. Your eye is still on that road. And I was just looking at that toucan. And all I heard in my mind was follow your nose. Follow your nose. But follow your intuition down that pathway. But there's a real passive nature to your actions because it's like you're not sure if you're supported in them yourself. And what you really hope for is a big transformation, is a huge new beginning. A transformation perhaps from a friendship to something more, or even acquaintanceship to something more. But because we have all of this overthinking, because we have the Five of Cups, this is someone that you've kind of invested a lot of thought into. You reflect upon them all the time. It's not even necessarily, it doesn't feel good for you. Like, it feels like it's something that all of this overthought just puts you back in that cage. It's like we're stuck in a place of fear in this situation, in this connection. Let's see if it is mutual. Let's see how this person is feeling currently for you. How do they currently feel? Are the feelings mutual? So you're not convinced that they are. So let's see if they are. They currently feel for pile 2, please. We have the Moon and the Three of Cups. Seven of Cups. Ooh, we have the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands. Back of the deck is the Devil. And what's interesting is that oftentimes when we are really convinced that, something is one-sided, it's usually our insecurity, it's usually our ego fueling us with that belief system here. And here is the Devil, this person who has a lot of physical interest in you. And I say physical only because of all of these wands. It's like they find you really attractive. You've sparked something inside of them. There's a pressure building for them even to go down this road with you, to explore the curiosities that could exist between the two of you. And they fantasize about that. This definitely, Three of Cups, feels like a friendship type of energy, or someone that you really enjoy spending time with that hasn't evolved into a romantic stage yet. And we have the Moon. And there's the little 3 birds sitting here on the little perch as well. This person wants change. There's a dragonfly. It's like they would shift their perspective. They would shift their position in your life like that at the drop of a hat, because we have that dragonfly which can change directions midair. If you've ever seen a dragonfly fly, they can change directions midair, but it's their insecurity that holds them back because they're not convinced that you feel the same way. It's like they feel like they're an option for you perhaps, but just an option. It doesn't feel like something solid that they can depend upon. And so they hold back. They hold back with the Four of Swords. Here's the Six of Swords, and they can't move forward. Six of Swords is reversed. They don't know how to make their fantasies come into fruition because they're afraid of creating change that they can't go back from. There's the Tower. They're afraid of creating change that they can't go back from. And the Tower can represent a lot of things. It can be epiphanies. It can be, you know, the truth. It can be something physical falling down that needs a strong foundation but doesn't have one. But this person's afraid of the consequences of wielding their truth, because what if you say no? There's the World. And look at the World. It looks like a lion with a fishtail, so like a mermaid energy. So it's like you're a temptation. And inside that bubble, this protective bubble of your relationship, is that Page of Wands, the rabbit. Here's your Page of Wands here, wanting to leap. The Page of Wands, the rabbit, is a very nervous creature. Rabbits are very aware of their surroundings at all times. But they're also really curious. And they're also really playful creatures. And they do leap down new adventurous roads. Here's the Knight of Swords, back of deck. And we have the Six of Wands. So this person's wearing masks with you. They're feigning victory even though they're not victorious yet. They're very attracted to you, but they're intimidated by you. You could be a fire sign potentially here, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Of course, you don't have to be, but we have this beautiful Queen of Wands who has this person's attention. And they're unable to move forward because they want this connection, and there's a pressure building for them. But they're afraid of wielding that truth towards you. And sometimes this is sort of an example of when two people feel so mutually, but they're so mutual that they're both convinced the other one doesn't feel the same. And that is like two opposite ends of a coin. It's like two magnets that just can't get together, because it's like two people who are afraid to act. Two people that are afraid to speak up about their feelings. They currently feel pile 2, please. Retreat. Time to disconnect from the world. Wanting to whisk you off, perhaps. You may be in separation from this person, but I don't feel like that is a predominant energy of this pile. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. As I said, you could be a parent potentially, but you may also sort of be a counterpart to this person. You may have known this person in school or as a child, and there's lots of mutual attraction here. You attract more romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, but lots of mutual attraction between you and this person. How do they currently feel for pile 2, please? Is it a mutual feeling? We have here, all in the golden afternoon, inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and conception. And there's a lot of fantasy that is fueled and, you know, sort of associated with you and pointed in your direction when it comes to this person. It says all in the golden afternoon, though, they like to fantasize about it. You're definitely created, you know, this spark in their imagination that fuels those fantasies. We have here painting the roses red, covering up errors. And it's like we saw that Tower energy. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to risk without reward in this case. And so they do wear masks. As I said, they may even deny sometimes to other people for fear of it getting back to you. Or maybe you felt sort of denied in the way that they've treated you in the past as well. How do they currently feel? Is it a mutual feeling? For pile 2, please. I want to dedicate a song to you. I always think about like mixed tapes or mixed CDs, or, you know, like when people used to make a mixed tape for the person that they like. So take that as it resonates. We have, I don't know how to express my love to you, so I just keep it inside. I don't know how to say the words, so I just don't bother. It's like they're ill-equipped. This person feels young. This feels like young energy. I miss being intimate with you. And if they haven't experienced it, and maybe they have, but if they haven't experienced it, they want to. I've been sending you messages in the 5D. Like I'm saying it without saying it. I'm hoping that we're connected so much that you feel it, that you feel what I feel. I do think about the future, and when I do, I think about you in it. And the truth is that they love you. And I do, especially if this is already a friendship situation, a friendship connection, they do already have established feelings for you, which is why they are fearful of creating change, because they do care about you quite a bit. I reminisce a lot on the time spent with you is on the back of that deck. How do I currently feel about pile number 2, please? We have here messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And I will say this, we have the Page of Wands here. We have the Knight of Swords here as your backup deck. This person might have the gumption to speak up. They might have the gumption to speak up. They're not as convinced as you are that there's no support waiting for them. In fact, they're being fueled by a lot of passion and some even feigned confidence, a bit of an ego confidence, which is a good thing because it's going to help them to create change here. So this person may bring forward a message of love for you. We do have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, but look a little deeper. So if we look a little bit deeper, if we look beyond the immediate appearances that you and this person are both showcasing to one another, you will see the spiritual truth that does lie between the two of you. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 2. If you are new to the channel, I do end each pile with a charm cast to add to your message. So the future of this connection in the bowl today for pile 2, please. Oop, missed the bowl. Ace of Swords reversed. We have the 8 of Swords and the World. So any restrictions here are just caused by stress and caused by worry. And it's really doing us a disservice here. It's causing overthinking, which is really prohibiting anything happening and any sort of future outcome, in a very positive future outcome though with the World, because that's abundance, that's success. And so we're sort of inhibiting our own success in this case, and this person's doing the exact same thing by letting emotions rule, because emotions will lie to us. Emotions will keep us in a place of despair. So there can be a lot here. There's movement potentially in this connection. Pinch here. We have the letter Q. We also have Princess, and Princess was in the last bowl as well, which is interesting. We have the bird, free to fly. We have the Wheel of Fortune, sudden turns of events, and a connection that is really mutual. I will say it's like a connection written in the stars. We have your rabbit in the bowl, encouraging us to take that leap. The Page of Wands being a very mutual energy between the two of you, encouraging movement and motion, encouraging courage and strength here with the Leo energy. We have here the music note. They say they want to dedicate a song to you. So music is a really mutual way that the two of you do communicate with one another on a spiritual level. And we have the butterfly of transformation. There can be big transformations in this connection. It says love and beloved. And I think there's such a beautiful connection here connected to the Wheel of Fortune. So a connection that was perhaps a soulmate connection or a past life connection as well. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you, and I would love to hear your story. Even if you have to come back to drop me a comment below, please be sure to do so if you would like to be considered for a free reading. And be sure to hit your notification bell, as I said, so that I can contact you if you're chosen the winner. I also have an Etsy shop that provides private readings if you feel called to, and that link is below. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello everyone. In pile number 3, you were drawn to the yellow feather, or to this tarot deck. And I believe it's called the White Newman Sacred Animal Tarot. So this is a reading about you and the person on your mind. And is it a mutual feeling between you? Are your feelings mutual? How do they currently feel? So we're going to do a comparison between yourself and this person. And we're going to start with your feelings over here. And we're going to compare your person on your mind's feelings on the other side. So how does pile 3 currently feel about their person, please? Sorry, I have a dog. I have a husky cross who is always losing his hair. He's just a shedding mess right now, so bear with me. If you see rogue hairs everywhere. We have the King of Cups. That is it's like if I were to ask you how much do you love someone that you love the most in the world, the King of Cups would come out because he's the top tier. What are your current feelings for this person on your mind? We have the Queen of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands reversed. You are so attracted to this person. You are so attracted to this person, but there's been so many frustrating delays for you. And you don't like to be kept waiting. You don't like to be kept waiting. We have the Tower. Back of the deck is already the Knight of Cups. This person could be a water sign. You could be the fire sign here. Can we clarify the King of Cups, please? What are your current feelings for this person? 9 of Wands. It feels like there's been delays in this situation because of potentially other people. So take that as it resonates here. You're very, very attracted to this person in a physical sense, but it goes deeper than that with the Lovers. There's more of an innate attraction with the Lovers. And I feel like you've been loving this person for a long time for some reason. I feel like you've been holding on to this connection for a really long time. We have the 10 of Wands. Back of the deck is the King of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. So you could be an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra potentially. We have very strong Gemini energy here. And then we have the Knight of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. Like this is like, you know how you feel about this person. You know how you feel. It's like you want to wield the truth, but you're uncertain about the ramifications of that. And this could be sort of a Tower energy that creates a issue for you or for them with this Tower, because somebody's feeling really burdened by the uncertainty of what happens if they reveal their truth. High Priestess. Because you're keeping your feelings a secret. Perhaps you are weighed down by responsibility or by practical matters in life at this time. You could be weighed down by perhaps even a karmic relationship or jobs. Something practical that you've built up that you're afraid of. It's like you're not necessarily afraid of that Tower falling, but you're afraid of not having your expectations met on the other side if you were to wield your truth. It's like, I feel like you would sacrifice the Tower a little bit because it's a burden already that weighs you down. So I feel like you would be willing to let your Tower fall, whatever that Tower encompasses, you'd be willing to do that. But it's like, will I have the opportunity waiting for me? Is my expectation going to be met? Does this person feel the same? You hope that they are, but I feel like you could be in a period of separation from this person. You hope that they feel the same. But I don't, and as much as I think deep down, your confidence should be high because this Queen of Wands is like a force to be reckoned with. You should have a really high confidence, and I feel like you do, but there's still that part of you that's like, will they be waiting for me if I take a bold leap towards them? Because I feel like there's definitely this desire, you know what you want to say, you know exactly what you want to say and how you're going to say it, but you are causing the delays in execution because you're not 100% sure if the temptation and the risk is worth the reward in this case. And even with the Lovers, you can see all the 2 snakes here. Sometimes the Lovers is a decision between 2 people. you know, two people that I'm attracted to. But it's also an urge from Spirit for us to kind of take pause. And I feel like you're being fueled by all of these wands. You're being fueled by passion. You're being fueled by desire. But logic takes over because you're really intelligent and you're really smart. But let's take a look here at your person's feelings comparatively. Let's see, how do they feel for you? How does pile 3's person feel for pile number 3? The Justice. Libra energy, very strong. The Queen of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. So it definitely feels like third-party situations can be encompassed in your energy, in this person's energy. They've always found you a force to be reckoned with. It's like you're everything good about your gender, whatever that gender may be. The Queen of Pentacles is the every woman. She encompasses the Queen of Wands. She encompasses the Queen of Swords. She encompasses everything good because she's capable of anything. She's independent. People look up to her. She's empowering. She's empowered. And this person feels separated from that force that you represent. And they may feel separated because of their own positions and because of your position. I feel like both of your positions have an effect on your ability to wield change in your situation. Ace of Pentacles. Because there is a sense of like, what is the cause and effect of me entering into a gateway with you now? What is the cause and effect? But they'd like that opportunity, and I feel like they'd like the opportunity to even just communicate with you. There's something about just communication that would kind of help ease their mind. We have the Chariot here. Very interesting energy, because again, the Lovers is a decision card. The Chariot is also a decision card. So they may be sort of acknowledging, like they acknowledge, because the Chariot's ruled by Cancer, it's an emotionally driven card. They acknowledge emotionally where their heart is. But they also sort of, you can see their hands are outstretched towards the ground. There are still ties to their past. There are still ties to other areas. They feel like you have ties perhaps to other areas as well, which impede the ability to head in that direction, even though they know which direction they want to go into. There's a sadness about the future. The Emperor. Back of deck is the Ten of Swords. And I feel like this person's a really emotional person, especially if you're dealing with the King of Cups over here for you. And the Ten of Swords is this emotionally over-the-top response to the separation, to the pain, to the helplessness that they may feel, to the sadness that they're feeling right now because of the separation between the two of you. They get jealous really easily about you as well, because this King of Pentacles is actually reversed right now. This Muse is supposed to be on the other side, so there's a jealousy associated with you, but I feel like their position doesn't allow for a lot of follow-through on that jealousy. And so they are in a bit of a helpless or hopeless place emotionally when it comes to you, because it's like their expectations have not been met and they don't know if they can wield change. But it's sort of doing themselves a disservice because Spirit says they have the strength. They just don't have the follow through. They need the courage. It's not about being unafraid. Everybody is always afraid. It's about doing it anyway. You know, facing the fears, armoring themselves with the power that they have to armor themselves with to create change in this situation. But they're not feeling that empowerment because their energy of the Emperor is below. It's a support to the sadness that they're feeling. And they are feeling a devastation. I will say this, they are feeling a certain amount of devastation because of the loss. There's a feeling of like we could have built a lot together. And they feel like you guys are super, super well matched. It's like you guys look good together even as well. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, and create accountability. And that's what they said here with the Justice. They're like, you know, I reaped, you know, I made my bed and now I'm lying in this bed. And holding accountability for that too. Recognizing that they entered into this. And the cause effect that Justice represents would dictate to them that they are feeling helpless for a reason. But the Ten of Swords does offer us a glimmer of hope because it is representing someone who is allowing all of the truth that is supposed to set them free. They're allowing it to sort of do them in. And it offers us a glimmer of hope. It usually showcases a sunshine coming up over the hillside. This one is less optimistic. But if we can make it through a dark night and survive it, then we can make a new plan, a practical plan towards our goals by the light of day in a state of optimism. But this person's fearful. It's like they need help. It's like you're just this wish. It's like you're out of their reach or you're beyond their grasp. It's like you're so close yet so far away. And they are kicking themselves when it comes to their lack of effort in the past because they wish that they had just expressed themselves. Back of the deck says jump in. Adventure, saying yes to change, but it came, I was holding it like this, it was reversed. So I feel like they did not jump in, and I feel like that has come back to really haunt them. Current feelings for pile 3, please. Such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. And when we look here with the Six of Swords, what they want to sort of communicate with you, part of it is that you are a fantasy for them. And they're taking pause, like you've planted seeds enough in the past of your connection that you're still having an effect. All of those seeds you planted are still taking root within them today. But you feel out beyond their grasp. Even the 4 and the 5 is a 9. You know, you feel beyond their grasp, and they do feel sort of alone in their experience at this time. We have growing up, wanting to grow and experience, rejection of perpetual youth. And you may have grown up with this person, because they say that you've grown, you've evolved. And they say they've grown and they've evolved. So you may have even gone to school with this person as well. Back of the deck says the right way, learning to create what you desire. And, you know, they're both looking up at that crown for a reason, because I feel like there's a mutual placement for the two of you. I feel like you both may be in relationships potentially. So take that as it resonates. How are they currently feeling? Pile 3. Gossip only hurts more. When we're dealing with the King and Queen of Pentacles, both of them are concerned about their placements. They are concerned about the opinions of other people and surviving those opinions. Status is a big deal for this person, and they're very jealous. As I said, jealous person with no follow-through with the King of Pentacles here. Jealous when it comes to you, even though they don't really have a right to be. At the end of the day, they don't have a right to be jealous. We have here, I just want space, but it's reversed, because that's exactly not what they want. They can't move forward, and they're terrified of creating change, but they're also terrified of letting go. I just saw seek professional advice, because they could be physically in a relationship that would require a legal severance. Wrongful advice. They should have listened to their intuition. They should not have listened to their ego. They should have acted when they felt called to. They thought they had more time, though. But that's the danger. I just wish things were different between us. And they do fantasize about you often, to the point where, honestly, it's becoming a bit of an issue for them, the overthinking. I am addicted to you. That's the devil energy. So Capricorn, they could be a Capricorn. We have the Emperor here, so we have a lot of Taurus energy, but there's a lot of earth elements to this King of Pentacles. But sort of obsessed, a little bit obsessed, a little bit of addicted to perhaps keeping tabs on you as well. So I feel like it's a very mutual feeling. In fact, this person almost feels more out of sorts because of their feeling. They're more emotionally sort of distraught because of the current status of your relationship. Let's get a charm bowl, please. The future of this connection in the bowl for pile number 3. Oops, I just lost it. It is the Two of Wands. I can pick it up, but there we go. I thought I dropped it in the hole. The Empress, the Five of Wands reversed. We have this Two of Wands because there is both a mutual feeling of wanting to expand. The world is in his hands for a reason, because there's unfinished business between the two of you. And there is a sense here of potentially motherhood or even fatherhood between you or this person, not mutually, but there could be children involved. And this person puts you on an exceptionally high pedestal. Exceptionally high pedestal. They're very, very physically attracted to you, to the point where jealousy does really rule them. Competition is really something that bothers them when it comes to you. They get really insecure really easily. And I feel like because of their attraction to you, it's really easy for them to not appreciate what's sitting right in front of them. Whoops, we have Ace of Cups outside of the bowl, because it seems like, and it fell outside of the bowl for a reason. It feels like it's something that's beyond their grasp at this point. We have K and A in the bowl. We do have the World on an axis, so unfinished business. We have Nine of Pentacles, position, ascension, something that we've grown over time, a position that we've grown over time that we really value and that other people really associate with us. So a position that people associate with us and would judge us if we were to step outside of it. We have a little Sheltie dog here, a little terrier. We have a stethoscope shaped like a heart, so a nursing hospital connection, but a blocked heart chakra, someone who didn't express themselves. And there's a lot of mutual fire here. We have the little hot pepper. And we have Leo in the bowl today. And the Divine Feminine Shoe. So you are sort of a force to be reckoned with. It's like you perhaps walked away from this connection in the past. They perceive you as sort of being on the move or being in charge or being, you could even own your own business. You could be someone that's an entrepreneur who owns their own business, or you project just such a confidence. We have here the piano. So musical connection. All right, pile 3, that's what I had for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell and your like button. It truly does help me to bring you more content. I also offer private readings through my Etsy account below. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.